Good afternoon, YouTube. So as you can see from my title, so what do I do with my cash tips? Now, I just completed a Instacart delivery order. It was about 30 something items, so I'll probably get about $23 in that order. But I also got a $20 cash tip. Yes, $20. And the people were so friendly and helpful. I pulled up to the house, and next I see the garage raised up, and I'm like, wait a minute, I know my automated Bluetooth didn't open up somebody else's garage. So I said it was the guy, the customer was behind me. He just pulled up with his son in the truck. So I get out the car and I say, hey, how you doing? And they were like laughing and stuff, and you have to create small talk with people. So I'm getting this, getting the groceries out, and I had carried one bag in the house, and all the family, the mother, the father, the little son, they said, oh, let me go and get that. They grabbed the groceries and the 2 big watermelons, and I said, I feel so guilty. I'm carrying one little light bag, and so they already had the little $20 in their hand to give me that. Hey YouTube, okay, I'm back. My phone went dead because on one, it turns off if the phone detects the temperature is getting hot. So these iPhones, boy, I swear, you could be in the car, and if it's hot outside and it's hot in your car, the phone will shut off due to security reasons with the iPhone. But anyways, I'm back. Ain't nobody got no audience today. I guess y'all must be out about working. So anyway, so let me tell y'all about this. So what do I do with my cash tips? So let me show y'all. Got all these damn receipts. Look at them. Hey, whoever the one person is. Who are you? Oh, 2. Welcome. So let me tell y'all what I do with the cash tips. So see my little fanny pack, the Falcons. And people give me $5 tips, $10, $20 tips, and I'll just put it in my little fanny pack. And I don't even, to be honest, I just forget about it. And then when I look at my little fanny pack, at the end of the week or a couple of days, I've got like $30, $40, $50 worth of cash tips. Loose $5. I'm like, God dang, and it's balled up. So what I do is I have separate accounts. I have my regular checking account, I have a savings account, and then I have this other account, and this is what's Wells Fargo. That's one bank. Way to save. And way to save is that every time I use my check card or the credit, they deposit like $1 to $2 each time I use the transaction. So it's kind of like they take like $1 or $2 and they just put it in this way to save account. And I just, since most of the time you use your check card for things, any bank that has that type of program where you can save, that's a great thing to do. See, one time with Bank of America, when I had an account with Bank of America, what they do is they used to round up, and they'll deposit that difference into another account. So you could say it's like similar to way to save. So back in the day, Bank of America. So say you had like $1.92. What they'll do, they round up to the nearest dollar, so $2, and then they 8 cents. They'll just deposit it, and you be saving those little loose change. So that little loose change adds up to a lot of money when you think about it. So what I did was I had this way to save account for years, and I would have like $2,000-$3,000 at the end of the year or in months, and I would just forget about it. I wouldn't even think about it. I would just have an extra $1,000 saved up in a matter of a couple of months. And that's not even including anything with the cash tips that I'm talking about. So what I did, and I have another account online with ING. It used to be ING, but it's not ING. It's Capital One. So with Capital One, what I did was I would deposit $60 a month. Every other week I have to take it, I get something taken out, and it just goes in this online account. I started that account about, I want to say 10 years. It was a while back, way a while back, and I had forgot that I did that. So let me tell y'all what I did. I opened up this account online on a computer, and one day I said, okay, I'm gonna put $50 out of my checking account and put it in this ING account. It used to be ING at the time. The interest rate they was paying on that was like 4 or 5%. So I just forgot about it. So 1 year, 5 years later, I'm looking at my bank statement, and I never look at my bank statement. That's a shame. So I'm looking at this account. I said, what's this $50 every other week coming out of this account going to ING? So I went and logged on ING, and I had an account with ING. 5 years later, I looked at the account. I saw I had about $6,000 in this account. Money that I didn't even know about, stashed away for $50 just every other week. I said, man. So let me tell you, that ING account had so much interest when it was a high interest rate until ING merged with Capital One, and then now I only get like 1 or 2% interest rate. No, it's not even 2%. 1% interest rate, or 1 point something interest rate with ING. So in that account alone, I had saved $30,000 in the years, in that 10-year mark. So when it was time for me to buy my house, I had that amount of money in that account, and then in my Wells Fargo account, I had like $30,000. So you would say, God damn, you had all that money saved up like that? Yes. And let me tell you, it only took a small amount. I didn't have to save $1,200 a month or $100 a month or whatever. I just simply saved $100 a month, put it in one account, and $50 in one account, and put it in another account. And that's what I did. Just by saving $25, $50, just putting it away. Don't even think about it. So, so when I bought my house, of course, there's things in the house, and I had, I didn't put down 20% down payment, because to me, my intentions when I bought this house was to use it as an investment property. And when I'm thinking about it now, I don't want to live in my house anymore. I'm gonna fix that house up as best as I can and see what kind of equity I can get out of it, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna get back my $30,000, $40,000 that I put in that house in these 7-8 years, and get that back. So it's just too much, so I don't know what y'all think. What y'all think I should do? I don't know. It's like 1,996 square feet, 4-bedroom. I don't have any roommates. I refuse to get any roommates. I don't want no housemates no more. I did that, and that burnt me. Even though we were somewhat, I don't know. I ain't want to talk about that. And it's just too much, It's just too much. So, but that's what I did. So what I do with my little cash tips, like right now, I'm looking at my fanny pack and getting all these damn receipts. Look at all these receipts I be getting from Kroger and Publix that I be shopping with Instacart. And I found an app. Let me see. I'm gonna look and see what the name of this app is. Hold on, I'll be back in a minute. I'm back. So, alright, I'm back. So it's called Fetch Rewards. Now I'm gonna put that in my description box later on. So what I did with that Fetch Rewards is that I would get the receipts. What you do is you save your grocery receipts, you scan it, and there are major manufacturers that give you points. So with those points, you could buy gift cards, a whole bunch of different gift cards for various different things. So far, since I've been doing it, I only did it for 2 weeks, I had about 14,000, 15,000 points. So I could get like a $50 gift card, and I could go to Home Depot, or I could go to a restaurant or anywhere. But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna once I publish it, I'm going to send my referral code, put it in the link description once I save this video, put the code in. So if you're interested, once you see that code, just click on the link. So, and then there were some other reward programs too. You know, read emails and you get points, and you could actually get like cash. Like I have this other one called Ibotta. I have like $25 of monies that I could put, and you can deposit it into your account, your PayPal account, or you get a gift card. So this goes back to what I was doing, and this point that someone made in their YouTube video when I was watching it this morning. Her name was Erica Williams, and she's a author. You know, she wrote a little book. She talks about real estate investments, and she talks about investment clubs. And she made a good point today. And I've been doing this. She said if you save $26 starting today, a year from now you'll have $13,000, something like that, saved by the end of the year. And that's just a regular, putting it in a regular old checking account that pays 0.something%. So all this time, you know, I'll be going to Chick-fil-A and, you know, eating at Chick-fil-A and buying, you know, $5, $6.77. So can you imagine, even if you just save $5 every day, just save $5, just put that away, boom, you will have about $13,000+, and that's what I was doing, you know. And all I did was put aside $50 every 2 weeks, and in that one account, and that's how much money I had in that ING account. And then I take my refunds. You know, every time I get a refund, whether it be federal and state, I always save at least a third of that. I'll put either like $1,000 and just put it in a savings account. That is, put that in an account, and then, you know, the other remaining amount I just deposit that to pay my regular little bills. I save my refund every year for as long as I can remember. I've always saved my refunds, you know, and I break it up into the accounts. So I put, you know, $1,000 in one account, I put $1,000 in the other account, and then, you know, then that's just federal. Then state, I put one in one account, and then, you know, whatever's left over, I put it in my little checking account, and that's it. I don't just splurge it and spend all of your refunds. You know, don't do that. So that's what I've really been doing, you know. And when I think about it, my habit of doing that for so long was creating multiple emergency accounts, emergency funds. And even though I'm doing all these different gig economy jobs, that's how I was able to survive. I didn't get unemployment. I did not get unemployment. And just by that little bit of saving, you know, and a lot of people say, I ain't got no money, I gotta wait till I get some money, I'm broke, I ain't got no money, I can't buy a car, oh, I'm broke, I can't get this, I can't do that. You know, it's a habit. It's habit. You know, you could find $5 somewhere, you know. $5, you can find $5 easily. Even if you say, you know what, let me go ahead and save maybe just $3 every day. You left on good terms. With who? With the IRS? Hell no. And let me tell you, even if you left a company and you got terminated, it ain't about being on good terms, because see, they ain't not trying to pay no unemployment. But you know what, that's okay. That's all right. I don't, you know, I didn't need unemployment. They're going to give you unemployment for so many months anyway, you know. So I don't, you know, and besides, in the state of Georgia, you only get 100. What is the unemployment you get now? You only get like 300 something. a week, and that's not even including the taxes you got to pay on that. That ain't nothing. You know, I don't care. You know, like I said, it's getting harder and harder. And then I bumped into a former coworker of mine last night when I was in the Kroger, and some guy come walking up to me, come hugging me, and I'm like, what? Who is this? And I looked, and I said, hey, how you doing? And he got fired. Actually, they fired him, and then he fought it, and then they just simply gave him early retirement. You know, because he got the years, so he was able to get early retirement. But let me tell you, just because you got early retirement, you only get what is it? Half of your pay or something like that. You don't get your full. I don't know what it is. When you retire, you only get half of your check or something. I don't know. I can't remember. It's something crazy. You only get like 20%, 40% of your income. So, you know, and then if you're not prepared to retire, you know how long that money gonna last? Ain't gonna last. But see, he was already up in age anyway. But he wasn't, you know, so he fought it, and they said, okay, so that's what they were trying to tell me when I left the IRS. It says, oh, how many years you been with the IRS? I said 10 and a half years, even though I worked there initially in 96 and I left. You know, I worked in 96, 97, but I was term, and then I came back in 2006. So I didn't even have, I didn't qualify for retirement anyway. I didn't have the age, and I didn't have the years. You have to have both. You have to have the years. So I'm what, 40, 48. I ain't had the years. Even if I had been there for 20 years, they wouldn't have let me. I wouldn't qualify to retire because I'm not 40. I have to be. I have to have my years. I'm too young. And you know what? And the fact of the matter is that I'm young, and I left a toxic environment. It was good. He told me people were fighting up in that place. He said, you thought it was the 4800 building. Let me tell you the 4800 building. 4800 building was where the processing center was. You know when you used to do your tax return and you used to mail it to Atlanta? That whole processing center got closed down because everything was antiquated. Everything is now computerized, and they had let go all those people who worked in the processing center. So they had to, so if you was there, if you was fortunate to be there for 30 years and you know, 60, 70 years old, you were eligible to retire. But some of the people were like, I can't retire, I can't leave, I ain't got no money. I said, hell. And it make no sense to have that much lack of planning. And I just can't stand it. It's that people's been working at these federal jobs, black folks in particular, I'm going to say it, black people in particular, we tend to, I ain't going to say we, because I hate to include myself because I just don't do, I just can't do it. You know, I just can't have, I'm not saying that I'm so financially well off to the point now, but, you know, what this girl handing out? She need to come in here and give me a bag too. She better not be selling nothing because I'm not trying to buy nothing. But she should come into Publix. Maybe I could, maybe she could tell me about it. I'm going to knock on her window after she stopped talking to this old lady. That lady ain't buying nothing. Oh, she trying to solicit for stuff. I thought you giving away the bag for free. Nope. No. I don't know. If she comes in here, I may be looking to see what she's talking about. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So he told me that they had got rid of a lot of people at the IRS when I left. They were firing people left and right. And they've been there like 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. And because the government don't have any more money. They have to downsize some sort of way. So what they did was, if you had a blemish on your record, that's why if you was an employee and you worked at the IRS and you filed your tax return late, they suspended you without pay. So some people had suspensions on their record. See, that's what they got with me. See, I did my tax return on time. They just basically, you know, set me up and said, oh, we're going to suspend you. And I had a suspension on my record from 6 years ago. And, you know, And I didn't fight it. I didn't do anything. So when this other suspension came along, they threw all that back, even though they said that they didn't have a case. But see, I didn't even fight it. But I said, that's okay. You know, I fought it to a certain extent, but they were ready to go to court, and we have to go to court. You know, I said, you know, I'm gonna get them back some way or another. But you know what? Sometimes I don't even have to do that, because the very same people who did that, they forced them out of their jobs. They said, you either retire or we're gonna fire you. You choose. You choose. If you had the retirement years, because all they're gonna do is settle and give you 20% or 30% of your salary or something ridiculous, and that's it. That is it. So, you know, I may not be eligible to retire, but let me tell you, I still had that thrift plan. I still had that pension. See, I was there 10 years. So that money is sitting in an account, growing interest, growing. And the way I strategized my thrift plan at the time, I knew exactly how to do it. And I was telling people, I used to work on Wall Street when I used to live in New York. My account is like $60,000 plus. If I don't put not one more nickel in that account, my account, by the time I do retire in 20 years in that thrift plan, I'm going to have almost close to $1 million. And all I got to do is keep it in that account, because number one, you have to understand how the Treasury note, the Treasury bill, when the economy is what it is, and you know, that's a whole new topic. I'm gonna do another video on that altogether. Explain that logic reasoning. But anyway, like I said, so I take all my little cash tips that I get every week, you know, and I deposit it into my third bank account at Chase. And I just put that money in that account. I said, okay, I got about $300-400 of tips saved up in a jar. And then I just take that little cash tips, go to the bank, deposit it, boom. But if you just save $2, $3, or $5 every day, and you do that for a year, you have, you know, like I said, you have $13,000 if you save $26 a day. So imagine if you just saved $5 of that. That's what? $365, that's $1,500. $1,600 or something like that, give or take. Maybe my math may be off. That's it. You know, I save all these loose change, and you know, and last time I was trying to count all that little coins and stuff, and I had almost $30, and I still had a whole bucket full of coins in that coffee thing. And I had that habit from my grandmother. My grandmother was like that. She would have like the big, huge coins, you know, these big, huge jugs. And she would just put, you know, pennies, dimes, nickels. And she would put it all up in this little jar. And she got it all in her room. You know? I remember years ago, me, my sister, and my cousin Travis, we was in the room one time. And I don't know. I guess she was, you know, what did she wanted us to do with that? I guess just roll up. Yeah, it is good advice. Rolled up those coins and nickels and dimes, and at the end of the summer, because see, me and my sister, you know, my cousin still would go to South Carolina, you know, during the summer and help out my grandparents in the field, you know, do tobacco field, and you know, and at the end of the summer, you know, we get our little share of the piece of the pie, I guess, and you know, getting $50, that was like, shoot, that was a lot of money, you know, when you're young. But I always had that, you know, habit. Yeah, your videos crack me up. Yep. So I always had that habit of just putting money in a can and just, you know, I'm going to show y'all right now. And I didn't know I even had this thing, money in this dang pouch. My little fanny pack. Let me show y'all. And this was last week's take. And you know, I told y'all last week I ain't hardly made no money last week. I had $28 worth of tips. And then that Instacart, let me tell you, I had like a delayed tip that was given to me yesterday from last week. It was like a $10 some change tip. So the last 3 weeks, I've had like $50 worth of delayed tips that was being paid to me from Instacart. I'm gonna put my phone next to this window. Bella Publix. I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat my lunch. I ain't eat no damn breakfast. See, I looked at my fanny pack when I was going through all these damn receipts, right? Look at all these receipts. I was cleaning out my fanny pack. Now I got a $20 tip today from that one delivery I did. And look at this. Look at this. Don't forget to add your pennies. I sure will. Look at this. 20, 25, 30. I had $35. 20, 25, 30, 35. Yep.
Good.
Oh, I ain't eat my lunch yet. I didn't get that. I'm waiting for the crowd to.
I just saw a check.
Thank you. See, look at that. I had $35 in cash. I had $15 from last week just sitting in the pouch. And then I got that $20 today. So I clean out my little fanny pack. I'll be like finding dollars and a whole bunch of coins, and I just throw them in this little jar. And I'm telling you, so you can't never say, oh, I'm broke, I ain't got no money, I'm broke, I ain't got no money. Let me tell you, sometimes you gotta go back to the old way, the old school. You know, do what my grandparents used to do. And my mother and stuff. They used to save coins and save pennies, you know? And you just save it. Just throw it in a jar every night. Clean out your little purse and your wallet. And you just put that thing aside. You'd be surprised. You'd be having $3, $4 easily. So, I ain't never gonna cry broke. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, they used to put money in envelopes. I took this Dave Ramsey course, and they used to do that, the envelope system. You have an envelope for groceries. You had an envelope for, you know, the gas bill. You had an envelope for rent. You had an envelope. It's that Dave Ramsey course. I took that at church a couple years ago. I need to revisit that class and revisit that course because, you know, some of the things I'm kind of falling off the wagon with my budget, and that's one thing. I'm so afraid to write my budget out again that I'll be like, ugh, it'd be some depressing sometimes. Because all these gig jobs that I'm doing, you know, even though, you know, with Instacart and, you know, I'm kind of dipping into my savings to cover the remaining expenses. And as much as I know I need to cut certain expenses, like cable for one, I have DirecTV and my internet. And you know, of course, the cell phone bill, but I heard the cell phone companies are now lowering their rates and monthly rates, what you pay. But I need to, I'm paying too much for Sprint. And I got an envelope for the strip club. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But all right now, don't be spending all your money with those strippers. You know, see those strippers be coming out making all that pile of money. Shoot. Those little dollars add up. I'm telling you, people be, you know, what they be doing with their money. I can't how to hold the phone at the same time. But they do like this. Man, please. If I was like 20-something years old and 150 pounds, I'll be right up on, I would do it, shoot. If I was younger and they had a body, I'll be right up in there, the thing. I ain't gonna say Magic City, I don't want to do that. Magic City's like one of the famous strip clubs in Atlanta. Well, one of the main strip clubs in Atlanta. Magic City and, what's the other one, Jermaine Dupri, they be talking about all the time. Right off of 78. There's Pinups, that's another strip club, and then it's right next to Shooters. Not Shooters, what is it called? Shooters? Not Shooters. What the dang name of that club is again? It's right off a thing. I'm going to make it rain. Yeah, I'm going to make it rain too with these damn receipts. When I scan these receipts and trying to get these gift points. But you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, you know? You gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you have to be creative to how to get some money and stuff like that. You know? Gift cards, you know, you use gift cards and you just go ahead and, you know, use it for gas cards. That's what I do. That's what I'm gonna do. Rather than spending all your money in physical cash, shoot, look for ways to earn to get different things. You know, I read emails and they say, oh, get 5 points, and I be clicking on it. On this other program, I'm gonna put all these little programs I'm telling you about in my description link later on tonight. And that's what I do. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But yeah, and I got all these coins and stuff I need to count. I don't know. I think it's time for me to cash out all my coins. I've been saving so much. I'm gonna try to see how much money I got in there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna use my little coins to go on vacation. I'm gonna save enough money in my little tips in the next couple of months before I go back to work. I haven't heard back from SunTrust yet. But I've been talking to a lot of people from SunTrust, and they say they're doing some major hiring. But they say it takes a little bit of time because they gotta put something together. I was like, well, dang, I hope they hurry up and tell me something. But I gotta be patient. I just gotta be patient. But yeah, so that's what I do. You know, let's all do a challenge. Let's each of us. I would love to do an investment club. I would like to form an investment club. I'm gonna do some research on investment clubs, how you formulate one, because investment clubs are good. If you invest in investment clubs, you know, at the end of however they distribute. Any luck on the job? No, I haven't heard anything yet. It's only been, like I said, it's only been 1 week so far, but I'm gonna be patient and wait a little bit longer. At the end of the week, I'm going to inquire to my friend Ryan about it. I'm going to say, I haven't heard nothing. What's going on? You know, tell me something, because, you know I've been getting a lot of emails about different companies hiring, and I don't just want to take any job and work anywhere, but once I'm settling down, sit down, I'm gonna start sending my resumes again and watch what happens. The minute I submit my resumes to other companies, somebody's gonna offer me a job, and all these companies that I've been interviewing with, been holding on in their hand, they're gonna call me, oh, we interested in you, are you interested in, watch, it's all gonna come at the same time. Hey, who's competing with me? Lyft. I see what somebody else is doing, a live video. I wonder what he's talking about. I'm curious to see. That's my other YouTube subscriber. He does DoorDash, Uber, Lyft, and then he works at a grocery store out there in San Mateo, California. Yeah, I appreciate that too. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks. I really do. But yeah, I'm gonna do some further research, because you know I want to make my little money work for me. You know, I'm not always gonna depend on the job, but I'm gonna still doing all this hustle. Even once I start working, I'm gonna still keep these hustle jobs going. I sure will. So I'm gonna do a description box on some of the things I was talking about, and let y'all know. I don't know, some people may not be interested, but if you are, later on tonight I'm gonna do the link with Fetch It, and I found out through somebody else's I found out about that on YouTube, and so far, I get a $50 gift card to a lot of major retail stores, and I was like, man, this is pretty good, you know. But I'll let y'all know about it. All right. Let's see what time is it. I'm hungry, and that damn Instacart sent me the turtle. So about, we're not busy as we expected to be. You want to leave early? What? I'm scheduled to leave at 3 o'clock. Here it is. Y'all sending me a turtle at 1 something. I might as well hang in there for the next hour and a half and then leave, because I'm supposed to be going to the gym at 3, but I'm just not feeling well. I may still go to the gym. I'm gonna go right up the street, go to LA Fitness. I didn't bring my bathing suit, so I'm not going in the pool today. So I may just, you know, I'm gonna eat my lunch and go to the gym, and then I'm leaving. I'm not working till 10 o'clock tonight. I'm actually, when I resume again, is at 4, from 4 to 8. And if it was anything like yesterday, when I got a last order, let me tell y'all, yesterday I did 3 orders yesterday, 3, and I made $80. And then I had, I got one good tip from one lady. She gave me $14 tip through the app, and then I had a delayed tips from last week. So that ended up being That ended up being $94, but I made $80. Or was that including the delayed tips? No, that was delayed tips included. It was $80. That's all I made yesterday, $80. And that's strange how it came up to an even $80. So, but that's all I have to say right now. I'll talk to you in a few minutes. All right. And if y'all have any topics you want me to discuss, let me know. And I'll go ahead and talk about it and discuss it. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.